Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. We are ending the Epic Game Store's free game giveaway period with a banger. They're ending it with a pretty great title and one that I always talk up, so we'll go over that. A Warner Brothers sale over at Fanatical, and we are headed into a pretty busy period of game releases if you're trying to pick up some of the upcoming titles a little bit cheaper. Want to give you guys a heads up on our friends over at Green Man Gaming, as they are discounting a lot of the pre-orders. We'll talk about at the end of this video. But first of all, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is free over on the Epic Game Store. This game came out, I want to say, back in October of 2020. A game that I really enjoyed. October of 2021 is when it came out. A game that I really enjoyed. I thought it was really underrated, and this was my first exposure to Guardians of the Galaxy at all. Prior to playing this game, I had never seen the movies, none of that. But this was my first introduction, and I thought the cast was great. Found Star-Lord to be a great character. Thought Rocket was awesome. The rest of the cast is pretty good as well. You know, as far as the issues and the typical issues people have with this game, it is the fact that some people found the gameplay to be a little bit mundane. You do primarily play as Star-Lord. You can utilize the abilities of the other characters. There's some platforming, there's some puzzles, a lot of combat, and towards the end of the game, I do feel like they get a little bit too much into the rhythm of let's throw as many enemies on the screen as we can, and it gets a little bit chaotic, and I found that to be a little bit lame, but overall, I thought the characters were great, voice acting was awesome, story was pretty good, the comedy was there when it needed to be, but they also let it be serious when it needed to be as well, and I thought they found a pretty healthy balance of the two. I know when it comes to these Marvel titles, they gotta sell really well, given that they do have to pay like pretty astronomical licensing fees, so the game commercially, from what I know, was a flop, and I doubt that we'll ever get a sequel to this game. Kind of unfortunate. You know, some of the Marvel games really pop off, like a Spider-Man, and then you've got titles like Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy, and potentially, like, people saw what Square Enix did with Avengers, and that ultimately led Guardians of the Galaxy to see a lesser reception commercially. I don't know what the reason was. Maybe Guardians of the Galaxy as an IP just isn't as big as some of the other Marvel IPs. Like, I'm not that familiar with Marvel and what IPs people really dig. Guardians of the Galaxy, to me, seems like a pretty popular one. I know they had 3 movies and all that, and seemed like those movies were really well received. But yeah, the game itself for free, I would say definitely check it out. Add it to your library. It's going to be free for the rest of today, and then once it's in your library, obviously yours to own after that. A lot of great stuff across the board, and on top of that, this is ending the wave of freebies, so definitely take advantage of it. Next week, we will have Sail Forth as the freebie, and it will be reverting back to your weekly freebie. So yeah, they're not going to do daily freebies forever, so it is what it is as far as that's concerned. But like I said, Guardians of the Galaxy is a great game, and one that, you know, unfortunately just didn't see a lot of great reception commercially, but it seemed like the people that played it really did enjoy it. Let's actually have a look at something. I'm curious as to what the Steam reception for the game is. I would imagine it's very positive. I highly doubt it's overwhelmingly positive. Like, it ain't that good, but I would imagine it's very positive. Let's see. Yeah, very positive. 25,000 reviews, and I said I don't think it would be overwhelming, but it's actually 1% shy of being overwhelmingly positive, with 94% of the reviews being positive. And, you know, I thought the game was very good, so, like, yo, that's cool to see. But yeah, it's 75 as a part of the winter sale, which is wrapping up as well. It was $15, but the MSRP is still $60, so yeah, there you go with that. A great freebie to end a pretty solid run of freebies with Plague Tale: Innocence yesterday, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy today. Good stuff all around. Moving on from that, Fanatical is running a great WB game sale. Now, with a lot of the older WB Games titles, hopefully you guys just picked up, like, the Humble Bundle they were running, and you guys got it that way. If not, like, I mean, they're still a decent pickup. But Hogwarts Legacy off the top, 57% off for $25.79. I thought Hogwarts Legacy was a really solid game, all things considered. I didn't think it was a Game of the Year, but I thought it was like a tier right below the Game of the Year category, and overall, I thought the game was really good. It did have some issues at launch. I got a pre-release copy from Warner Brothers. I've talked about it before, but literally, the game was working fine pre-release, and then the day of release, it just became a stuttering mess. Thankfully, from when I checked like 5 months or so ago, the game has been running very well, so I would say go ahead and pick it up now, see how you like it, and I think a lot of you will be pleasantly surprised. Even if you're not a Harry Potter fan, like, I ended up really enjoying that game. Like, I have no care in the world for Harry Potter, but I still thought that was a damn good game. Outside of Hogwarts Legacy, you do have a lot of the classic titles. MK11, Batman Arkham Collection for $7.19 is Highway Robbery, Mad Max $4.19, Gotham Knights Deluxe Edition is $14.39, Fear is on sale, Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is $12.49, which is an awesome deal, Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor, Fear 1, 2, and 3, bunch of Lego titles, and all that good stuff. So link to that in the description box below for the WB Interactive Game Sale. Lastly, I've mentioned it a few times on this channel, but man, I am so excited for 2024 in totality as far as the game releases go. I think quarter 1 of 24 is one of the greatest quarters in literally video game history. I am more excited for the games coming out in Q1 of 24 than I am for Q4 of last year. And Q4 was stacked last year. People were talking about how that was one of the greatest quarters in gaming history and one of the greatest slates of game releases. But man, I am even more excited for what's to come in 2024. We'll see how the entirety of the year shapes out, but this early portion of the year is loaded. So at the end of this month, we do have the release of Tekken 8, and that will be a $70 release from Bandai Namco. It is, however, 16% off for $58.79. You guys know how I feel about fighting games these days. You do have to, if you want all the content, you kind of have to get the Deluxe Edition, which is 16% off for $84, typically $100. So whether you want to get the base game at $58.79 or you want to get that Deluxe Edition at $84, either way, I think that is a decent pickup. I'm excited for Tekken 8. I'm certainly going to check it out. Tekken is one of those fighting game franchises that I grew up with, and I am definitely looking forward to playing some of that. I'm not going to get into it competitively, of course. Those days are long behind me, but I can still have some fun with Tekken, and I had a lot of fun with Tekken 7, and hopefully Tekken 8 will give me more of that, and hopefully a decent campaign component to boot. And then also, a game that I am incredibly skeptical of, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I do want to make note that the Deluxe Edition is out January 30th, so not only is this a $70 game, not only are they doing a season, or a Battle Pass gimmick, excuse me, they're also doing the early access with the Deluxe Edition gimmick. So in totality, like, WB is literally going all in on doing the greedy tactics in today's gaming environment. Early access, Battle Pass is $70. Look, I get the $70 price tag. That's something we gotta accept at this point. The Battle Passes to a $70 game, kind of wild. We'll see how that turns out. And then also the early access gimmick tied into the Deluxe Edition, when we all know they could release the game on January 30th for everyone. They just want the $100 or $85 from you in this case, but it is what it is. It is Rocksteady's latest game, and those egregious business practices, they're not a Rocksteady decision. We know that they're a WB decision, and, some of that stuff, $70 games is what it is. Games are getting more and more expensive. You gotta do something. The early access is what annoys me more than anything, and Battle Passes, we'll see how that turns out. For a $70 game is kind of wild as well. I haven't been completely sold on this game based on what I've seen, but it is Rocksteady. It's nice to see that after 9 years, they're finally putting out a game. It's just unfortunate that we're going from the Arkham games to something like this, that it is Battle Pass, that it is early access with the Deluxe Edition, that it is, $70 I don't really care about, but the Battle Passes for a $70 game are kind of wild to me. But we'll see how that turns out, but that'll do it for me. Again, Guardians of the Galaxy available free at EGS. Certainly check that out. That is a great freebie. Warner Brothers Interactive sale on Tekken 8 and Suicide Squad, both out at the end of this month. Discounts on those over at GMG. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.